Hello, hello. I am live. This is Anna Imagination. I'm getting this closer. Every time I get off one of these things, I get a little closer to where I want to be. And I'm like, oh, I think I got the wording now. So I'm just going back on this for a moment. No, this is perfect wording. I'm like, yes, this is what I've been trying to say. So this is a playlist that I've done called the Queen's Chambers. And oh, I'm so fucking happy about this. I am so fucking happy about this. Just give me a minute here. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Here it is. So this is the playlist. This is what I put together. And I have under the description how do I do this? There. I have under the description this like disclaimer. And that's it really. It's a full disclaimer to kind of break it all down. And I just absolutely love it. So resource partitioning is something my daughter and I were just talking about before I went live. And this is the most amazing thing to me because I see it and I'm like, yep. So resource partitioning occurs in biology. And what it is when you have a unit like one plant that is not getting enough water. So it creates this concept of separating itself from a primary or the weakest unit, and then it separates and then it falls off and it dies, and that death nourishes the stronger side. That is resource partitioning. It is also called Darwinism. And what you are seeing with society is when the middle class thins out, it's because the abundant side is getting stronger and the weaker side is weakening until it dies and then nourishes the stronger. Because Darwinism. Society acts just like a single plant, a unit, which is why I call it Pando. Because it's a single fucking unit. And society is it's one unit. And whenever you have this pull and you have one of two options. You can nourish the entire plant equally, or you can, have resource partitioning. So that the strongest and the fittest will get stronger and nourished to keep the core plant alive, while the weakest link falls off and dies. So that's why your third class is missing, or your middle class is shrinking. That is why you are now seeing the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poor. It's not because of the rich, dumbasses. It's because you don't know anything about biology, sociology, psychology, or resource partitioning. It's Darwinism, stupid. And the question is, which side of the thing are you on? Because it's going down. Are you on the abundant, nourishing side? Or are you on the resource partitioned side? And that's really what it comes down to. Now, while you're sitting here blaming all the billionaires, I'm going to tell you right now, dumbasses, that the reason why this is happening is because your educational system is that bad. It's so bad that you didn't even realize it's your educational system that did it, because the people who are responsible for nourishing the plant equally are your stupid fuck educators, because they're responsible for teaching economists how to make an economy, and they failed. They were responsible for teaching psychologists how to actually do psychology, and they failed. They're the ones who are responsible for teaching you dumb fucks what the problem is, and they failed. So, because your educators are really dumb fuck stupid, everybody's going to be dumb fuck stupid unless you decide to get a better educator for yourself, or you're really fucked. Now, the people on the abundant side, who are the fittest, have figured out what I received an entire 30-year disciplinary mastery in, which is called the ancient Greek educational system. And they winged it. I didn't. That's really the difference. But you guys didn't even get it at all. You trusted the umbrage educators. So you were educated by umbrage and didn't even know about it. The rest of us decided to actually figure shit out, nourish ourselves, and we're fine. So this is where I ran into a problem. When I started my work, I was attracting a lot of abundant people. And I'm going, I appreciate you, but why the fuck are you guys here? You don't need me. You know you don't need me. They value me, but they don't need me, which is exactly the way it should be. You should value something, but you shouldn't need it. See, abundant, because they're fittest. So you got to figure out which side you want to be on. You've got to figure out which side you want to be on more than the work it's going to cost you to do it. And then you've got to prioritize it to do it. If you don't do any of this, then you're going to stay right where you are, and you're going to be on the weakest side where the survival isn't fittest. It's Darwinism, dipshits. You're witnessing Darwinism. That's all. What is wrong with the world today? Well, we call that resource partitioning in biology. It's called Darwinism. That's what's wrong with the world today. You are suffering from Darwinism. So I then took a step back and I went, okay, so the abundant people who don't need me but value me are here. Great, great. And they're probably going to be the ones who most likely step into this and watch a lot of it. Thank you. But that's not at all who I care about or want, because they don't need this. They already got this. I'm just giving them the words for what they already figured out. They're the ones going, oh, that's what this is called. Yeah, I figured that out. I know you figured it out. That's why you're fucking abundant. And it's so funny to me. Like, I have the weirdest conversations. It's the same conversation. I'm gonna break it down because I do everything with mathematics and grouping. So this is how it works in my brain. Somebody comes up to me and they say, whoa, you're saying everything I already figured out, but had no idea that that's what it is I'm doing. So those are the whoa people. You're saying what I figured out. You have the words. So we have the words people. Okay, that's group one. Whoa, you have all the words of everything I've done. Yes. And then there is the that makes so much sense people. I love those people. That's who I'm here for. I am for the that makes so much sense people. Those are the people who can feel the logic as I talk. Just click into their brains and it fixes. That makes so much sense people. Those are the people who are smart enough to know how stupid they are. They are also the people who have figured out that there is something the fuck up and what the hell is going on. And they have figured out, well, I don't know, but when she speaks, I feel good. It's because I know what to say to correct the logic in your brain to go click, 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 click. But here's my problem. Are you arrogant or not? And this is my problem. I'll say something and I'll get an arrogant dick. And then he'll go, that's not true. Oh, good for you. Did you do all the work and research I did? Or did you learn from umbrage? So I don't know if I've got a dumb fuck in my audience or not. And that's my problem. So now I'm going, oh, how am I going to pull this off? And this is what I've got it down to. Dumb fucks or not the dumb fucks. And I haven't been able to figure that out yet. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I found out that I can speak a very certain way to get a very certain response from a very certain group of people. And then I can watch my statistics and my analysis on my web YouTube channel. And I can watch it fluctuate based upon the conversations I have, the topics that I cover, and also the way I speak. And I'm sitting here watching the statistics move and flex and up. It's like watching the ocean, and I'm going, fascinating. I'm noticing a pattern. And that is going to tell me a lot about who is in my audience. So you are literally right now in the middle of my science experiment. Thank you. And I found out that when I talk a certain way, I get more of a response. And the common denominator is truth. It's truth. That's amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing to me. There are people who want truth and they don't give a shit about anything else. You are my people. If you are here for truth and nothing else, you are my people. I don't have time for your fucking little feelings. Get the fuck out. You are supposed to be taking care of your feelings. They're not my problem. So I'm here for truth. And the people who stick around, they're the ones going, I don't give a shit what she says. What she's saying is right. Thank you. There you go. Truth. And then when we talk about logic, you're also the people that goes, oh my God, that feels so good. And that makes so much more sense. So now the question is, are you having emotional responses while listening to me? Well, that's the metric for how much work you've got to do. You see, the more I treat you like a condescending little bitch, the more you should be doing a metric on how you feel about that. If you're feeling heat, if you're feeling anger, that's your metric. That tells you how much work you have to do. See, you have to be taught how your feelings work. You have to be taught how your feelings work because no one ever taught you. No one has ever taught you how your feelings work. I learned how to interpret each and every feeling. So when I feel something, I know if I'm being around a lie. I know if I'm being around somebody who's just illogical. I know when I'm around arrogance because I can feel stupid. I literally can feel when somebody is stupid. I can feel their arrogance. I can feel the level in which they are resistant. I can feel everything. And I've learned that it's literally like a doorway. I have learned the discipline of walking in and out of the emotional doorway. So I know how to push you with emotions, but you got to feel the emotions. And then when I pull back, I need you to feel it and see how it feels. Literally, it's a coming and going. It's a whole fluid. And I can feel it. I always can feel it. And it's absolutely extraordinary because when I have people come into my audience, I can feel how stupid they are. I can feel everything because I mastered the discipline of physics and emotion. And then I reverse engineered it out of Mother Nature and then found the logic, the math, and the physics to back it up. I am intelligent and educated on a level you have never heard or seen of before. And the problem is we have something inside of us called an ethical IQ. You've never heard of this. An ethical IQ is the age of your subconscious mind. The age of your subconscious mind is probably 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Now, if you are 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, that is very good. That is exactly where you should be. But you are probably 45 years old, which means you're a dumbass. Because while your body is 45, your brain is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. My mind is 45 years old. My body is 44 years old. So my mind and my intelligence is a reflection of where you should be, dumbass. But you're not, are you? So if you are 44, my mind is 45. So now you have the ability to compare your intelligence to mine. More importantly, you are probably comparing your intelligence to a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. You might be comparing the wrong way. This is common in Neanderthals. Neanderthals tend to compare down, not up. So they keep lowering the bar, setting it lower and lower so they can achieve it. Because they're stupid. That's what Neanderthals do. They go, what is easier, down or up? The problem is they are now disintegrating, which is why everything is illogical, everything is stupid, and you now live in Wonderland. Now, in the meantime, because of resource partitioning, the really smart people are getting smarter. The really rich people are getting richer. The really prosperous people are getting more prosperous. Now, when I came over, I came from where you are. I am one of you, motherfuckers. I am one of you. I used to be a slave with the worst kind of stupid you would not believe, and I fixed it. And then I built a little path from where I was in the sewer sludge to where I am now so you can get over here. And you are so stupid that most of you aren't even touching it. That's how stupid you are. And I went, wow, there's nothing else I can do. I just cannot get through anymore to them. So maybe if I go on my YouTube channel and I call them stupid, which is something radically different, that their subconscious mind will go, well, what the fuck is that? And then I'll say things like, I am a BDSM Fey-Witch. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. BDSM Fey-Witch physicist. And there's that moment of the whole, what the fuck? And it's supposed to be weird. It's supposed to completely jar you that you don't even have the logic to comprehend me, which means your subconscious mind will wake up and go, I got to figure this thing out. And then you'll investigate it, which is exactly what you should be doing. Because when you start to investigate it, that's when you start to listen, because you got to figure out a grouping. That's your subconscious mind trying to use math to figure me out. And I get that a lot. Subconscious minds just honing right in on me, trying to figure me out because they can't place me. So if I just step out and show you how fucking weird I am and all of my truth, you don't have anything in your data pass to understand what and who I am. Now, here's the question. Why? Why can't you understand who and what I am? I had one woman who literally told me that I was fiction. She argued with me. Are you even real? And she was serious. She was that stupid. While she told me how smart she was, that she was a genius, and then boasted about how she was training her children in genius traits, which were really PTSD traits. That's right. She was so stupid, she thought she was a genius, and she was training her children on how to have PTSD. She punished them if they did not participate in the PTSD training that she thought was genius training. That's how stupid she was. Are you that stupid? Good fucking God, I hope not. But how do you know? Do you know how to measure your own intelligence? I do. I was taught by Plato how to measure my intelligence when I was 12 years old. So I've always known how stupid I am because Plato taught me. Did Plato teach you? Probably not. You probably did whatever dumb fuck in the Roman Empire did. You didn't read the book. You just probably did the fucking Cliff Note version. Fucking Roman bitch. That's what you are. You're a Roman bitch. That's what you are. You're a Roman bitch. I have no fucking tolerance for Roman bitches. The last thing I need is another Roman bitch telling me what they think is nice, what they think is ethical, what they think is smart. You're a Roman bitch, and you're too stupid to know about it. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on, is just start out by telling people about the woman who is so stupid she thinks she's an idiot savant genius who trains her children in PTSD. And while she's telling me this, she is shaking from her massive triggers and she's pacing. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everyone keeps telling me that I'm not fine. That's how she moved. And I'm going, are you interested in learning why they're telling you that? No. And then she just continued and she repeated it. We were there to talk about her resource project, to tell me how we could help each other. We didn't even get that far. She couldn't stop bitching about why everyone thought she was broken. And then she goes, I just don't understand why they keep trying to fix me. I don't understand why they keep trying to fix me, why they think that I'm not okay. Because you're not okay. And then she just blew up at me, shut down everything. And I'm like, oh, we can't do business. Oh, believe me, I don't want to do business with you. So, like, I should just tell you the stupid stories. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm going to tell you the stupid stories. That woman was in something I call the oasis. Most of you are in the oasis. It's the point in your healing where you get function and relief. And that's enough for you. So you stop your healing and you go, I'm fine, because you have function and relief. You are officially 10% through your healing journey. It's called the oasis. You have barely begun. I was in the oasis for 4 years. I was in the oasis for 4 years. Getting out of the oasis is harder than starting healing. There's starting your healing, and then there's recognizing when you're in the oasis and getting out. Because when you realize you're in the oasis, you have one job: to get your ass back out. And you don't want to, because you're living in literally an oasis. So most of you don't leave. You're delusional. You are the worst kind of delusional. So now I've got Roman bitches in the oasis They are the worst kind of assholes. I fucking hate Roman bitches in the Oasis. God, I fucking hate Roman bitches in the Oasis. So then the other Roman bitch, the Roman bitch is really hard to tell from the Roman. In fact, they're identical. It's really fucking hard. I am still running the science on this. Are you a Roman? Are you a Roman bitch? This is really fucking hard to tell because the Roman bitch is like the Nazi general or the Nazi lieutenant. And you can't tell if he's there out of fear or if he's there because he loves the power. Now, the Roman is very fucking clearly in charge. That would be your Hitler. We know the Romans. We know them. We got this down. So we're looking at the Romans and we're going, okay, yep, we know who the assholes are. But the problem is, if you're a Roman looking at another Roman, you're the Roman. You can only see a Roman if you're a Roman. You can only see the Roman if you're a Roman. And you can only see the Roman bitch when you are a Roman bitch. Do you know why? Because you have a thing in your brain that has contaminated your optic and projection part of your subconscious mind. The optic and the projection part of your subconscious mind is your mimic mirror learning response, and you're caught in a catch-22 where everything is now mirrored against each other. So you're in a hall of mirrors. So your story is going to be fucked up because you're going to immediately slip into the third person point of view and you're going to see everybody as you without you even knowing you're looking at your own reflection. So Roman bitches and Romans literally have reflection disease. And the problem when you have reflection disease, it's a death sentence. It's a death sentence. That's why you have mental illness, is because you're dying. It is literally your logic loop deteriorating and disintegrating your subconscious mind into a logic loop with an infinite end that literally causes memory loss, which is why you're getting worse and worse at remembering shit. Eventually, it leads to catatonic states. It's just a logic loop. So I'm going over everything. I've got the whoa, you're saying all the words of stuff I've figured out. And then we've got the that makes so much sense, truth people. And then we have the Romans. And this is where I have a problem. Is I get a lot of Romans because I'm pretty. So I look like a possession to them. And I get a lot of Romans because, well, I was nice. And I thought, well, that's fucking stupid. Why would I be nice? Because that's just going to attract Romans. Don't be nice. It attracts Romans. You really cannot be nice anymore, guys. Like, we are the bitches not nice club. You can't be nice. There is a book called Not Nice by Dr. Aziz Gazipura. This is what not nice looks like. This is what happens when you prioritize truth and ethics above not nice. This is going to sound really weird, but I'm actually being fully ethical right now. When it's true, it's not mean. Are you stupid? Yes, you are. I know, because I was stupid. And I wish like fuck somebody had told me. I wish like fuck somebody had just told me the fucking truth. Hey, this is what's really going on with your head. You have the umbrage disease. That's what you have. You've got the umbrage. Do you want the umbrage out, or do you want to keep the umbrage? Because I know how to get rid of the umbrage. Oh, I did it. So You've got the Roman bitch oasis, you've got the Roman bitch, and then you've got the Roman. And then you've got the children who are in the appropriation process, because we're not born Romans. That's not what we are. Not at all. We were never the Romans. The problem is when we romanticized Rome, which I like to define as the exaggerated delusion. That is what romance means, exaggerated delusion. So I got this beautiful spectrum of, oh, I can assess where people are on this beautiful spectrum just by how they speak. And I was able to break it down to these 3 categories. Whoa, you're saying all the words that I already have figured out. You are my people. You are my peers. You don't need to be here, but thanks. Those are my peers. And then I got the, that makes so much sense. Congratulations, you are a student. And those are the people who are going to be here. Everybody else is a Roman who's just here to be a little bitch. And I'm so now I got to be a bitch to get rid of them. And then there's that whole, well, won't they stay if you're, no, they won't stay. I can tell them all I want the truth, and that's the problem. I'm going to tell them the truth, and they're not going to like that. They're not going to like that I'm not nice. I'm pretty, so I should be nice, so I could be their submissive little bitch again. No. Are you learning yet? Are you learning yet? This is called role modeling. This is what you need to look like. This is what you need to do. I'm still being ethical. I'm still being ethical. I have courage. I'm coming out here and I am saying what I need to say to get my message to the right people. Courage. Oh, you believe me? I got my self-authority. I know who I am. Do you? Because that's self-authority. It's when you know who you are. Can you self-regulate your self-nourishment? Because, resource partitioning. Just saying. With knowing who you are, can you do what you need to do for the self without sacrificing the self? Can you? Can you do what you need to do to take care of the self without sacrificing the self? Because that is self-regulation, the third ethic. I'm going to write that down. Do you know? I'm going to type it out because typing it out is a lot faster for me. Piano hands. Do you know how to? Do you know how to? Oh, don't give me a logical loop right now. Do you know how to nourish the self without sacrificing the self? And that is your third ethic, self-regulation. Now, I'm going to take that as a great example. Do you know how to nourish the self without sacrificing the self? That is exactly the point. The fact that I was able to articulate that in a very simple sentence is a testament to my knowledge, wisdom, and mastery. You can now take that single sentence, and just by processing it, you're going to unlock a massive amount that's inside of your brain. Because I know how to take an entire logical composition that most people will require over 90,000 words to condense, and I can condense it into a single sentence. This is called a logical seed. I have mastered the art of creating logical seeds. A logical seed is an idea that you can put inside somebody's head just to nourish their mind. This is literally the fruit of life. A logical seed is the seed to the fruit of life and the fruit of knowledge, which are pretty much the same thing. One is the state of being in motion, and the other is a state of rest. Good fucking God, isn't he gorgeous? I just love Newton. So you're going to have two states. You're going to have a state of in motion, and you're going to have a state at rest. The state in motion is called learning, and the state in rest is referred to as not learning. Now, if you are stuck at a state in rest for a very long time, you're going to lose momentum. Just a minute, just manifesting. Something came in and I just gotta. I saw what tomorrow will be bringing. Wow. There is a, I believe I will officially be waking up a billionaire tomorrow. Oh no, I can see it. The healing garden is valued at $5.4 trillion. When I say I have the cure to mental illness, I mean it. And we're getting ready to release it. We have appraised the garden and it clocked in at $5.4 trillion. And that is without it actually generating an income. That's just for its existence. And I am partnered with one of the world's largest billionaire companies. And it's just, oh, it's clear. It's so fucking clear. And the best part about these visions is I've had them so many times, the feelings, the order of operations, that they're now a mathematical constant. So that when I get a new one that I've never seen before, and I can feel the mathematical constant, I can feel math. Do you understand what I am? I can feel math. And because everything is 1, 0, I can calculate the entire algorithm in my mind on whether or not someone's lying. I can almost read how many logical fallacies you have inside your body. That's how pure truth I am. I can feel math. I can feel dichotomy itself. So when someone comes near me, I can literally determine their ratio of evil. This is learned. This is a learned skill. This is my mastery is an understatement. I have been able to do this since I was 4 years old. Now, over the last 2 years, oh, I've been doing shit with it on a level. Good God, that power is just surging again. I don't even know what I was looking for. I had a complete, oh. Wow. It's so close. Good God, is it so close? can feel the difference between math, logic, and physics. I can feel when it's logic. I can feel when it's math, and I can feel when it's physics. I can feel when it's music, and I can feel when it's art. So when I hear someone speaking and I can feel all of the academic disciplines inside of them, I now can go, oh, that's what music does for that. Oh, that's what language does. And it's an algorithm, a mathematical algorithm. And I'm looking at all of it going, you have no idea how many pieces you're missing. You don't know how much you're missing. No wonder why you're hurt. And I'm just so... You don't know what it's like when I can see the rainbow. And we're all supposed to have all the colors of the rainbow. But you only have green. Or you only have red and blue. And I'm going, you poor thing, you must be hurt. You're missing orange, and you're missing purple, and you're missing pink. And I know what that means, and you don't. How do I translate that? My music. My music. No, you guys don't understand music theory. But you understand crayons? Do you understand crayons? We got to find a language that we all speak. Every academic discipline contains a code of life, an actual logical code of life, a full strand of logical code. So you have all of music that is this gorgeous logical code. Did you study music theory? It means you don't have the code. So you're now missing code. You have a breakdown in your code. But I studied it, so I'm okay. And then you're supposed to have song, singing, and dance. Did you do those? Did you have magical code? This is magic. I love it. This is the early stages of reverse engineering arcana. It always begins with the word description. Magic is the integration of, this is why you need linguistics, so you can translate it from the universe. Magic is the integration of all the disciplines into the self. Magic is the integration of all the disciplines into the logical code of the self. Honey, you are pure logic. I mean it. So you really need all your logical code. So did you study music theory? Did you study singing and dancing? I know how to get to him. Hold on a minute. I got it. I figured it out. Study music theory. All of you. You need to be studying music theory. That's what you need to be doing. I'm telling my partner. I tell him all of my news first. You get it second. Sorry, guys, but he's the king. Please study the circle of fifths. All right, everyone, that's what you need to be doing. Study the fucking circle of fifths. Study the circle of fifths. That is such a huge part of it. None of you are studying music theory. Music is the beginning and the end. It's music. It's the beginning and the end. Oh, there it is. Son of a bitch. Well, I think I'm officially done with my music theory classes finally. That only took me 35 years. I completed my music theory studies. I cannot believe I completed my music theory studies. We are back to music theory. The beginning and the end is a catch-22. Music theory breaks the catch-22. There's the clue. See, that's fucking gorgeous. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Holy fucking shit. Music theory is the cure to all of this. I knew. I'm so tired. Music is magic. Literally. Music is magic. Oh, fuck. Yes. Because I'm a musician. Oh, that makes so much sense with what C.S. Lewis and Tolkien said. It makes a lot more sense now. That makes all the sense. And now the ood makes sense. I see. Now I can understand. All right, let's do this. You guys didn't understand music theory because you didn't study music theory, but you did study crayons. So I'm going to explain this to you as best I can. Music theory contains every color of every crayon. Every single color. It's the full spectrum in every fucking single way. Now, every one of these colors represents an academic discipline, but not music. Music is philosophy. Music is philosophy. I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure it out. Oh, I was so perplexed. Pythagoras gave us two things. See, this is the logical fact. This is why you need to study logic. And no one picked it up on this, okay? He gave us mathematics. I mean, the dude fucking named it. Mathematics is his word. Pythagoras gave us mathematics. He also gave us a second word, philosophy. That's his. Now, it doesn't mean the study or the love of wisdom. That's stupid because clearly the person who came up with that dumb interpretation didn't even study linguistics or logic to understand language. What a dumb fuck. So if it were love of wisdom, it would be called Sophophile. You didn't study Latin though. See, I did. So it would be called Sophophile. He's a linguist. What else is he? Oh, he's a logician. He has missed music theory. Oh, that's it. Please, please. I know it. I know it. God, that is such a... I got to figure out a way to translate this for you. See, I can look right at it. I am looking at music right now. I can see all of it. And I'm just trying to figure out how to translate it. Music is red. And dancing is orange. And drawing is yellow. Painting. I know how to talk to you, I think. Painting and sculpting are yellow-green. Let me know when you figure it out. And reading and writing is green. Hey, dumbasses, are these your chakras? Like I said, it's stupid. Put the fucking crayons down, I said, and listen to me. So I'm sitting here looking at chakras going, yes, you have a very pretty coloring box. Now let me show you what these things can really do. And theater and stage is... Theater and stage is blue-green, which is not really blue-green at all, but let's just go with it. Let's call it blue-green. And linguistics. Are you ready for this, guys? See, this is the beautiful thing about mathematics. Did anyone figure it out? I am at the next core one, and I'm going to show you blue. Now, the math is wrong, but I also pulled colors out of here that I didn't even cite properly. So I might have to do this again, but actually let's fix it now. So we're starting with red, right? Music, and then you have, it shouldn't be orange. No, it should be red-orange. So you have music, and then you have song and dance. And then you have song and dance, drawing. And then you have painting, sculpting, reading and writing, and then theater and stage, theater, stage. And then you have linguistics. And then you have logic. So one of these is supposed to be blue-violet. The other one is supposed to be violet itself. So you have blue-violet, or violet, I mean. And then you have math and physics. And then you have chemistry. So, why do you need to study all of the studies, all of the academic disciplines? Because every one of these is a color of your life code. Every one of them is representative of your code. Now, I studied all of them. So I have, my entire code is complete. I am an example of a completed code. You are incomplete. Now, some of you have figured this out and you're working to correct your code, but you have no fucking idea what you're doing. I need a minute. I have never seen anything more dumb fucking stupid than you guys trying to do your own mental health. I'm just saying. So this is how I'm thinking of the world. And you guys are breathing. This is your problem. Now, I'm going to show you something. Most of you have that for a code. No, I'm sorry. Some of you are fourth perspectives. You've got that for a code. Now, do you understand what fourth perspective means? Do you understand what I'm saying now? I have 45 colors in my code. You have 4. You might have 6, but I doubt it. If you had 6, then you would be almost where I am. So most likely you're stuck, which means most likely you're actually a 2 who feels like you belong to be a 6, but you act like a 2 because you're not even at the 6th perspective yet. You're a 2. There is no 6th perspective. Oh, fuck. There is no 6th perspectives. Wow. You see, a true 6th would never be stuck at 6, which means all the 6s who I thought were 6s were really 2. You have no self-authority. I found my own fucking logical fallacy. I love it when I do that. I found one. Yes! Oh my God, I fucking love when I find my own logical fallacies. All right, I got to do this. Holy shit. When was the last time that happened? Oh my God, that was so long ago. Oh, wow. I made a logical error. Wow. This is like never happened. This hasn't happened in decades. The last time I made a logical error. Wow. I mean, I've been correcting old ones, but never made a new one. Wow. So what's going on is I'm actually going back through all of the logical code from all of time. And I'm looking for all the logical fallacies, and I'm fixing them. And then I got to this place and I went, what the fuck is this hot mess? Yeah, that's it. There is the big picture. That is it. I'm okay now. The world is okay. I just needed a logical understanding for what the fuck is this hot mess. I figured it out. It's okay. Oh, I understand all of it now. Oh. I'm so tired. So I see so many of you and you just have 2 colors. And I'm going, how old are you? Oh, I'm 45. You should have 45 colors if you're 45. You should have 10 colors if you're 10. You should have 2 colors if you're 2. But most of you have 4. No. See, that's where I keep fucking it up. 4th perspectives are not 4th perspective. Because if you had the 1st, 2nd, 3rd ethic, you would never get stuck at 4th, which means you are missing. Which ethic are you missing? 4th perspectives. Pay attention, everyone. Pay attention. This is it. The 4th perspectives require. They're missing the cardinal value, which is trust. That's okay. That's normal. So which of the ones? 2s? Courage. They're stuck in 2nd. You're a 4th stuck in a 2nd. Or are you a 6 stuck in a 3rd? There's the language. Are you a 6 stuck in a 2nd? Or are you a 1st stuck in a 1st? Are you a 3rd stuck in a first. There it is. Do you remember the Bible when it was predicted that we were all going to be numbers? The ethical perspectives is what it was referring to. We will have combinations. The combinations are your authentic ethic and your subconscious mind's ethic and your environment's ethic. So I am a 45 and a 44, which means I am authentically a 45, which means my ethical IQ is 45. Actually, no, does it apply? Of course it applies to me. It's just they're aligned. So I am a 45 inside of 44. No, I'm not, because my body matches. It's going to be our age. It's how we tell each other's age. That's what the number is. Remember all the myths and the bullshit that we created about how afraid we were because we were going to get numbers and tattoos? No, guys, it's just our ethical age combined with our physical age. So you have your physical age, you have your IQ, and you have your ethical IQ. But your intelligence, why are you even measuring that? What you're really trying to measure, I know what I'm doing. What you're really trying to measure is your relativity to stupid. So what you're really trying to measure is your location to trust, your relativity to trust. You want our truth. You want your truth relativity. So you're going to have a truth relativity, your ethical IQ. Now, this is who you are. This is who you are. This is your orientation. This is your orientation. You won't be lost anymore once you know what this is. Your truth relativity, your ethical IQ, and your identity's IQ. All right, ready for this? Now, this is not your age. Your age, your physical age. So I am 44 years old, but my identity is 45. 45 is my ethical IQ. My truth relativity is like I am on point. So I am on point. And there you go. So it would be 0, 45, 45, which means I am at the point of truth. My ethical IQ is 45 and my identity's IQ is 45. There. This is where we are all supposed to be. You are supposed to be aligned with yourself. So you need 3 points of origin or 3 data points to know where you are. This is called triangulation. This is a compass. So you can find your way in the abstract because you're coming over now. And that scares the majority of you because you grew up in the material plane and you've never been in the abstract. So you're scared shitless of it. But I was born and raised here. This is my home. I don't know how to leave. I mean, I know how to leave. I know how to leave. I don't want to leave. I can't mingle in Rome because I can feel physics, because I can feel math, because I can feel illogic. So I can't leave. I can't leave. I have one logic loop left to solve. Was I a prisoner in my room? I lived in my bedroom for 10 years. I never came out. It was too dangerous. So I had to bunker in my bedroom to keep safe. It was so dangerous for me to leave the room that I had my father cut a cat door in my wall just so my cats could get in so I didn't have to leave. My bedroom was located across from the bathroom, and I had to strategically plan my trips to the bathroom to avoid my brother. So I lived for 10 years like that. I finally learned that if I slept during the day, I would be safer. And the only way I could get out of that room was through my books. The only way I could leave that room was through my stories. I could not leave any other way. Sometimes I would climb out the window, but it was the second story up, and I could never get back in. Sometimes I would just stay sleeping in the forest. The thing is, I loved the cats, and if I left them, there would be no one to protect them. So I had to stay with them to keep them safe. And I had to watch 60 cats die until I figured out how to stop it. I figured out how to stop it. I figured out how to stop it. I was learning psychology to survive. I had to learn it faster than they abused me. And then I had to learn faster than my own body could self-preserve me. And then I learned faster than time because I couldn't figure out how to slow it down. Mainly because I became obsessed with understanding. I became so obsessed with understanding that I had to understand all of the logical code of all of the universe, and did. Music is the beginning and the end. Music contains the entire rainbow in a single note. In a single note. Pythagoras was right. Dipshits, stop calling it a theory. It's not a theory. It is not a theory. It's fact, and I found it. It bothered me too. Pythagoras said that the entire world is pure music. And these dipshits philosophized that he just liked the world. No. He meant it literally, guys, because he was at the point of comprehension. That's the only way you can know this stuff, is at the point of comprehension. So why didn't he finish the Philosopher's Compass? Why did he only start it? Why didn't you write it down, Pythagoras? He only got one of the triangles down. I completed the triangle. And I'm going, how did you get to the point of comprehension without the philosophers? Because I was not mentally ill. That was mean, Pythagoras. But true. Then is it mean? That's a really good point. What if the voices in your head was ESP? You're magical. You're just waking up. And I'm supposed to lead you through it. And I've been terrified too. I've been terrified too. Because I've been terrified too for the same reason all of you whispered to me. Why you're not talking about it. Why aren't you talking about it? Because you're scared. Well, I'm scared too. Or I was until I did it. And this is me doing it. And me going, oh, was it so bad? No, it was not so bad at all. It was a little hard, but everyone was really supportive. I did thought I lost some of my best friends, but they stayed. And I thought I lost my partner. And I wanted to just... But he never let go. He never let go. I am literally living a Rick and Michonne romance. You know the part when she finds him and he doesn't remember who she is? And she's like, I don't know who you are. I am literally living their romance. Right down to their marriage proposal is the one I wrote. Like, I have an ethical, it's on my fucking website. I detailed the ideal, like, and then to see it in that show, well, he's literally going through the same shit that mine's going through. And I'm like, great, fucking great. I have literally had every fucking conversation that they have had in that 6-episode section. And I'm going, yep, fucking shit. And I had no way to communicate my situation to anybody. Now I can just say, you know, Rick and Michonne in The Ones Who Lived, I'm the real fucking life thing of it, where I'm actually doing it. And we're like 3 years in of me trying to find him, and I found him, and he's not even here. Believe just a little bit longer. That came to me at a point where I'm like, I lost it. In fact, it was about 2 days prior, I manifested, please show me a sign. And then, boop, there's Rick and Michonne. The show came on, and I'm going, oh my fucking God, it's my relationship. I am watching the relationship of mirrors. This is not fun on this side either. But theirs ended up happy. And I went, that's it. That's the ending I want. That's the one I manifested. And it was really fucking weird seeing the first half of it and then the second half of my manifestation on the screen. And I'm going, okay, yeah, all right. I bring my game, goddess of manifestation. There it is. I'm going, all right. See, manifestation is logical code. I'm also goddess of logic. Athena. So I'm looking at this and I'm putting it all together. And here's the biggest annoying thing. Are you ready for this, guys? As you start to put together your own logical code and you start to write your own history forward and backwards, this is what's going to happen. You see, this is what you need to understand. Oh, no. I don't want to have this conversation. I'm all the rainbows. I was going to say, which one is my favorite? I have to choose. I'm all of them. So I was going to say, would you stop it, Yellow? You are not behaving, Yellow. You're going to go sit in the corner and think about why you're not cooperating. See, this is the domination part where I'm going, do you really want to be here, little bitch? See, that's how it goes, guys. All right, so hello, Yellow. Now we're going to try this again, guys, okay? This is how we're going to do this. I had a point to make. Right, I am yellow. Oh, he was orange. He is orange. So this is me, and this is my king. We are these colors. There you go. So the question is, which ones are yours? Now, I hypothesize that there are 12 different logical codes. I got one of them down, which means I am C. I am middle. Oh, maybe I'm A440. Do you think I'm A440? We can choose our own frequency. I already know my frequency. That would explain why it's E major. I am E major. I am E major. Yeah, I'm E major. So you're going to have to learn how to write your own logical code forward and backwards. But here's the thing. It's the truth. So your code with your scale, when it's done, it's going to match into mine perfectly. But you got to be fucking good at logic. And I can't do yours. I can only do mine. I can only do my logical code. You have your own logical code. Now, when we're done, they're going to come together and, oh my God, we are music. Because I wished for this. This is my logical line with all of my manifestations on them. They're all of my wishes. My logical code is the summation of all of my wishes. Now, my wishes are not going to be the same as your wishes, which is why you get your own logical code. And together, we are harmony. When I tell you I'm on a fucking level, I'm on a fucking level. I was trained in the art of seduction. I was trained so good in the art of seduction that I don't know how not to seduce. I'm still trying to figure it out. I am still trying to remove it from me, but they bred it into me. I can't take out what they bred into me. So when people wonder if it's environmental or genetics, the real question you're asking is, was it bred into you? Because we're animals. We are animals. And we are the most disgusting of animals sometimes. My artist daughter is like, what do I have crayons for? This is music. This is how I see music.
It's color.
No, it's not just color.
Okay, well, how do you see it?
A rainbow is the color of music. A rainbow is music.
But how does that work?
It's very advanced physics. How does it work? All right, let's do it. Because they're on the exact same frequency. They are the exact same frequency. The rainbow and music, all of it is the same frequency. It's a scale. It's a scale. You have it's a scale on a different dimension. That's okay if you don't want to talk right now. I can see it. How do I explain it? I'm not going to try and translate it. I'm just going to try and speak it in abstractic. It is literally the same thing, just on a different dimension. So you have a sound dimension. You have a light dimension. You have a magic dimension. And it's prerequisitional. So whatever you get in the first 5, they stay, they compound, and then you get the next. But in order to get music, you have to make sure you have the prerequisites. But you only have 2 crayons. So you don't have all of them. Oh, but you're getting older and time is moving. You're just not keeping up with time. You are going slower than time. That's why you're dying. Change your mind about time, guys. You've got to rethink time. It's the only way you can do this is if you rethink time. The way you think about time is wrong. It's moving. Are you? You're supposed to be walking with it. Because time is going this direction. You've got to be going that direction because you're salmon. You're salmon. But a lot of you are chose to stand still. So time is moving. The problem is we're moving so fast now because we're that far away from the Big Bang now that we're only going to go faster. which means you're going to get left behind. So you got to go faster. You got to keep up with time. You're not even keeping up with time anymore. That's why you're aging. That's why you're dying. That's why I look so young. It's because I know how to keep up with time. I know how to go faster than time. So I can go boom, all the way. I did. And then all the way back again because I'm a dimension walker. But you're standing still. And it's like you're on a conveyor belt. And now you're just going. So you are officially going slower than time. Your synapses are officially firing slower than time. That's death. That's aging. That's cancer. That's Alzheimer's. That's mental illness. It starts in your mind. It spreads to your body. It starts in your mind. It spreads to your body. Your mental illness is calling all of your physical diseases, including aging and death, because you're not keeping up with time. You can't stand still with time. You got to keep moving. But the only thing that keeps moving with time is that gorgeous little thing in your brain called the AIDNS. Good God, I'm speaking abstractic again. I mean, I'm always speaking it, but I'm just hoping like fuck you can understand me. If you don't understand me, that is how slow you're going. That's how bad it is. I am where you should be if you're 45 years old. Compare yourself to me. I am what a 45-year-old should look like, should be like, should sound like. Look at how old I am. Look at how young I look. I feel 20. My brain, it was measured by a neuroscientist, and she looked at it and went, holy fucking shit, your brain is like 20 years old. My brain is 20. My brain is 20 years old, guys. So how well are you understanding me? Because that's how much you've slowed down to the point where you're now disintegrating. You are disintegrating in time. You are inside an actual sci-fi horror movie. Because we're stories. But you got to get up. You got to move. It should be the only fucking thing you care about right now. You need to quit your fucking job and say, well, don't quit your job. We got to think about that. We have a plan. No, we're set. I have somebody who's looking for investments. He has something fucking extraordinary, and I'm going to read to you what he has. It's a highly complex thing, and I'm trying to explain. They've been approved for $360 million for a $280 million project. Of the extra $80 million, $18 million is for broker fees and $7 million is to cover the loan equity insurance fee. That is the trigger payable upfront to release the loan. So the remaining $55 million is our working capital to trigger other loans being offered. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? We can unfurl literally billions of dollars simply by finding any of the multitude of banks and financial institutions worldwide who readily bridge deals just like this, where they front $7 million for less than a week and extract the $7 million plus a cool fee of $1 to $3 million for the service. Please help us. This is literally more in money. It will literally take care of all of us. And we're giving it to you. With my mental health healing program. We just need help. This is what I've been doing for 2 years. It's his 40 years of research with my 40 years of research, and it literally will fix the planet fast. But we need help. We just need funding. And it's a stupid $7 million funding. That's all it is. It's ridiculous. We're set to go. He's working around the clock. So am I. Responding to the real engineering and regularity work and need help finding just one more banking organ. We just need one more bank organization who's able and willing to make a couple of $1 million just standing there for 1 week or less. I just don't have enough hours in the day to find them, and he needs help He needs to help all of you gain millions of personal dollars via all of the NSC that he's already given away. Please understand the situation. 40 years of my work has set the table for unprecedented wealth. I worked on unprecedented health. It is not free and easy like this now by chance. It is highly purposeful and in time. So's mine. Literally, I cannot stop it now. I am being handed hundreds of millions in Newark, millions in new work and new loans every week. And all we have to do is find one entity anywhere in the world willing to make a $2 to $3 million in the matter of days, guaranteed. There is a way. Please help us find it. The NSC was and is still will be immense. This is why I was so excited about the $36,000 fee from Token Minds in January, and why I'm so sorry that I totally failed all of us in not raising those funds sooner. God knows I tried and was furiously opposed all year by a partner who was no longer present to resist this inevitable expansion. Let's go take care of it. That's not including the project I have. He and I collaborated, and next week we are meeting with another group. I am meeting with the CEO of World Citizen Peace. When you're this fucking smart, you don't sit on your ass. You make world peace happen. So I spent the last 2 years writing the entire summation of my 40 years of education and mental wealth. And it literally contains every bit of educational information of the entire fucking world you can imagine. Akashic records can bite my ass. That being said, he has done the same thing for wealth. So with the two of us combined, we have education, mental health, and wealth for all. I know the entire logical code of every mental illness. You're just missing crayons? Start with music theory. The Radical Global Healing Plan is the project that I have been building with the healing engine. The healing garden is my motor that literally turns on the world and propels this entire project forward. And it's strategically aligned with every one of your 12 ethical perspectives to put you literally through the disappropriation process while you all shall flourish, nourish, and go on to be whoever the fuck you want to be. And we fund you 100% for free, while we mentally cure your mind at the process and set you up with your dream career, which we then fund for you. Free. And I listened to people tell me that billionaires were assholes. And I heard you assholes say things like, people who are really smart just hoard the knowledge to themselves. I watched how ignorant you were that you wouldn't even look at me and bother to say, so what are you working on? That is Concentric Industries. That is the name of that business. So the Healing Garden has partnered with Concentric Industries. And we have also are in the process of working with World Citizen Peace. So these three giants, which you have probably never heard of, the Healing Garden, Concentric Industries, and World Citizen Peace, literally have the cure to everything. Because when you're a genius, you can problem solve. So we problem solved everything. Because we didn't slow down. We decided to actually keep pace with our ADHD, which was not ADHD at all. It was time. ADHDers, you can feel time. That's why you're shaking. You're feeling time. ADHD people are the one who can feel time. And if you can feel time, you're an ontologist. That's what I am. So if you are a suppressed ontologist, you have ADHD. I think it's okay now. I think it's okay now. You have ESP. Deep breath in. Calm down. And I'm saying that because when I start going through this list, it's going to be okay. It's going to be perfectly fine. You have story sickness. Story sickness is when you don't know which story is yours, so you go into someone else's story. Now, I'm going to be breaking apart arcana, and this is what I started to notice when I started to break out. I'm going to say it. I need a speech. All right, guys. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I know what I am. Oh, I know what I am. It's my dream come true. I need a minute. I need a minute. Oh, I'm so sad. I don't know what to say. I am a magical doctor. I am a magical doctor. I know magic remedy. I'm not a medicine woman. No, honey, that's the nurse. I'm the doctor. Whoa! Yes! Oh, fuck, damn! Yes, I'm owning it! I am the doctor! Fuck you all! Oh, I claimed it! I claimed it! I didn't even plan on that one. That one just came out and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck you! Ha! Fuck damn! Oh, that explains my partner. Everything makes sense now. So this is called Operation Imagination. Operation Imagination is when I take my really awesome fucking idea and I drop it into the society and I go, woo, and I just sit back and watch it go. I have been watching this for 2 years, but it was completely contingent on the fact that I sit my stupid ass down here. See, I'm stupid too. Oh, I'm the worst of stupid. You have no fucking idea. I will sit my stupid ass down here and I just gotta watch it happen. Now, while I tell you watching it happening, you get to go back through on my YouTube channel and see every time I predicted exactly what's about to take place for the next 2 years. Booyah! That's how you prove to people that you can manifest. This is what I built. It goes on the fridge. It was around the time that I said, wow, I'm a fucking genius, that I realized what I was building. And when I just went, wait a minute. I am saving the world while I'm literally fixing the logical code, while I'm setting off the world's largest Dungeons and Dragons game, because that's what you fucking do. While you start building Olympus. Alexandria is my Olympus. An ode to Alexandria and every book ever burned, every art piece ever destroyed, for every fucking Rembrandt we will never ever be able to lay eyes on again. For all the lost knowledge in the world. I dedicate my Olympus to Alexandria. Education must never be lost. And that is the moral of the story. boys and girls, and trans, and all you gorgeous LGBTQIA people who are mine. The moral of the story is this is why we can never forget again. Why we can never lose any knowledge ever again. We cannot do it. We must have knowledge. I have a link down below if you want to learn more or get involved or invest. Go ahead and contact me. There is my email. And you can also contact me by joining Pando. But Pando is a very strict truth zone, and we enforce it. If you step into Pando, you only speak the truth. Us mistakes are allowed, and you will be corrected. Because there is no more not knowing. I often ask the question, God, I'm the first chord. I remember when I made that wish. Yep, I do. I remember when I made that wish. I was like 3 and I was playing the piano and I was like, I want to be the first chord. That's great. Oh, I'm the tonic. I'm the tonic. All right. Music theory. Go study music theory. Everyone's going to go study music theory. That's what we're going to do for the first month. Study music theory. That's all we're going to do. Music theory. So that was my history lesson. By the way, booyah, that's what history looks like. Did we all get that now? That's what history looks like. We're going to humiliate you when we talk about why we're all dumbasses. And then after that, we all get to move on and we get to start the actual fun part. See, this is why the Roman Empire never should have been in charge of our education. Because when they do shit like that, they do dumb shit like, let's just do this part of the curriculum. You need the whole fucking curriculum, assholes. And that's what happened. They cut the first part of the curriculum and then they took out more. And I'm going to show you something. This is really fucking amazing. So let's simplify the crayons. So you have, I hear music now when I pick up. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you'll love my translation of 2001 Space Odyssey. All right, you see that? Now, watch this. No, I want more. You know, I remember the first time I saw stupid is when an art teacher told me that there were 4 primary colors and she included green. I was 5. And I remember thinking, you really think green is a primary color? I wasn't 5. How old was I? Nope, I was 5. And this 45-year-old woman did not know that green was not a primary color. And then it happened again and again. And I'm going, what the fuck? And now it's a common belief that green is a primary color. Green is not a primary color because this is the gorgeousness of the universe. There are 3 primary colors. 3. Why do you think that is? Because math and nature like it that way. That's why. 3. Which means they integrated from other colors. Oh, no, that's 3 plus 2. Oh, of course. Oh, that's beautiful. Light. Oh, I understand now. Light is 1, 3. Two And now it's her turn. It's in everything. It is in everything. That is the logical code. That was very, very crude in the crayon display, but I'll have to, well, it's all over the fucking place. When you study my work, you'll be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm going to be like, yeah, I know. See, for me, it's going to be old news, and I'm going to be like, yeah. Just go back to that time when I discovered it on my YouTube, and I went, oh my God. And you guys can be like, oh yeah. And I'm going to be like, yeah, right? See, I'm 2 years ahead of you. This is why I'm lonely. It's because you've dragged your asses for so long that you're supposed to be here with me. But you're 2 years apart from me now because I'm in the future. I'm in the future now. You're slowing down and you're getting slower. And I don't have very many people here keeping up with me. You're going away from me. I'm losing you, Rainbow Girl. Please come back. In order to do emergency resource partitioning, wow, this is the weirdest fucking magical diagnosis. Look at this. Ready, guys? This is called magical diagnosis. Fuck you all. This is awesome. A magical diagnosis. Magical diagnosis. This is magical diagnostics. Holy shit. That's what Pythagorean psychology is. Whoa. Oh, physics. Can sit the fuck down and shut up. Magical diagnostics. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, no wonder why I found, oh, I'm so happy. Oh, God damn it. Now I have to study medical. Oh, and biology. Fuck. I'll just will it into my brain. Done. Okay. I'll manifest that shit. I'm going to manifest all of the medical. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to manifest it. I remember that one time I was watching Supernatural and God retired. He quit on everybody and he decided to go write books. And I'm going, I understand. I can relate to that. And then he's sometimes I move so fast. Sometimes it feels like I'm going too fast now. There's going to be a point where I will only be able to speak with ESP. I hope I'm wrong. Running through logical code, give me a minute. I'm seeing if that's possible or not. I'm like, well, I hope I'm wrong. Why am I hoping I'm wrong? I'm going to just calculate it here right now. Give me a minute. Let me see if it's wrong. Oh, God damn, there's a logic loop. I have a logic loop, which means something's wrong, which means that's not going to be the case. Because mathematically, I will be able to. Am I at the end of my perspective? So this is what happens. You get to a certain point and you can't see anymore. This is what you guys need to be learning. You span out, you basically run your logical code until you hit the end. And then you're going to like run a wall and you're not going to be able to figure it out. You're just going to like blank out. And when that happens after a while, it's because you've maxed out that logic line. You now have to go through all the other logical lines. So you are supposed to be completing a series of logical lines for every perspective you are in. Every perspective has a required amount of logical lines to complete. Now, if you move on without completing those logical codes, oh, you're fucked. And that's the problem. You only got 2 crayons. That's the problem. You're fucked. So you have to go back and fix the logical code. But if you don't know logic, you can't fix your own logical code. And now you are officially going so slow that you are now 2 years behind me. But I'm where we're supposed to be. So now I'm the marker. I am X marks the spot. Now you have a point of relativity. Now you can measure if you're getting stupider or smarter as you come near me or go away from me. You can listen to me. And if I'm sounding smarter, then you're dying. You're getting further away. But if you listen to my voice and you can start to understand me, you're heading the right way. So if you want to know which way you are heading, integration or disintegration, find me. I'm on every level. I'm on every plane. It's not a language. You guys are idiots. It's crayons. It's spectrum. So you're going to have some people on the music. You're going to have some people on the drawing. Art, which is why I'm using crayons. The art people are understanding this analogy probably really fucking well. But the musician ones might be struggling a little bit. So I have to find a way to talk to all of you at the same time, which means I have to understand that some of you only speak physics, while some of you only speak music. So I got to talk to you in music theory, and I've got to talk to you in art, and I've got to talk to you in dance. 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 How do I tell my story to you in dance? My ballet lessons just kicked on, and I went, that's how. It needs to be told in every story. The story of why do we need education? Why we have to know everything. We have to know everything. We have to know everything. We never should have forgotten. We have to know everything. Why do you have to know everything? Because you have to know everything. You have to know everything. Do I know everything? Well, I know everything in my relative perspective. Boom. And that's it. You have to know everything in your relative perspective. See, this is why you need to complete sentences. You have to know everything in your relative perspective. I'm the magical doctor. Magical diagnostics. Love that. I am the doctor. Fucking God, I love this. The doctor. All right. Magical diagnostics. All right. Some of you are suffering from ESP. Some of you, that's the voices in your head. That is a lack of projector discipline. If you have ADHD, what you really are suffering from is time travel. Yup. If you are suffering from addictions, then you are suffering from a breakdown or deterioration of logic loops. Illogic is your problem. If you are suffering from memory loss, that is the severity of your illogical deterioration. There's people who have identity displacement. There are people who have a severe case of disintegration. And also there are people with consumption. It starts mentally and then it deteriorates from there. There is also optic projector contamination. There is a miscalibrated RAS. And yeah, oh, and then there is the forbidden fruit paradox. So I am starting, I'm going to be going over classes. I'm going to be going over basically all of these. And it's right here. I'm just going to do it right here. And I'll be talking about all of these in length coming up. I'm going to be walking through all of them to basically provide you with the direction. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The whole fucking thing, it's the same thing. You need the 12 ethics, music theory, logic, and physics. The more you do those 4 things, the more this is going to clear up. Music theory is the most important of that. Now, you're going to immediately be able to tell how hard it is. If it's really hard for you, you lack logic. And that's the point. Resources only exist in your perspective. You are not going to be able to get any resources unless you are in your own perspective. No matter how rich you try to become, you only have abundance in your own perspective. You only have abundance in your own perspective. You cannot be in other people's perspectives any longer. You can't be. Your body is now shutting down. This is the stuff that was taught at the ancient Greek educational system that Rome took away when they decided to imperialize her. The ancient Greek educational system was actually a system that nourished its people with knowledge and mental health, which is why they were able to put up so many geniuses in that time period, is because they had a genius school. Turns out it's not actually a genius. I'm normal. I'm the normal one. I made a wish. I always get what I want. And I wished to be normal. This is what normal looks like. Normal is when you have the ability to mentally be right where you physically and perspectively should be. You cannot stand in a perspective of time if it does not belong to you. I want him to come to the right perspective for him. I want him to come to the right perspective for him. There, that's the manifestation I need to set out. I want you all to come to the right perspective for you. And there's your wish. Just say, me too. You see, one of us has to say the wish. The other has to grant it. So I can say the wishes that you need, and all you have to do is desire them, and they come true. It's too much power for a person to be able to make a wish. You require someone to grant the wish. You have to. That's too much power in one person. Didn't you listen to the story? So there had to be 2 to share the power. So I say a wish, and you can just agree with it, want it, desire it, repeat it. Now here's this. We're all doing it at the same time. Do you guys want world peace yet? Because I know how to get it. I think this will be the first time that people don't actually laugh at me when I say it. You were really fucking mean. You all were really fucking mean to me. Okay, a few of you were really nice, but not many. All right. The words matter. It's all about the words. We're going to start with linguistics, and we are going to be covering logic. Linguistics and logic. I don't even know how to teach logic. I am logic. There's reverse engineering it out of your intuition, and then there's being. It's my DNA. It's my DNA. Oh, this is how DNA is formed. I'm making DNA. All right. It's amazing. I'm making DNA. So DNA is intuition. So it goes DNA after intuition. Oh, and that's how you make magic. See, I know how to make intuition. I know how to make DNA now. All right. Intuition, DNA, wishes, manifestations make up your DNA. Your DNA is pure manifestations. It was probably started off with some critter without an opposable thumb going, God, I wish I had thumbs. God, I wish I had thumbs. And then poof, the raccoon was born. Cats haven't figured that out yet, but they're thinking it. Every time they're batting at a door, you know it. They're sitting there tap, 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 and they're thinking, God, I wish I had thumbs. But it's a feeling. It's a feeling. So eventually they're going to evolve their little thumb and go, and then the cats will have thumbs. And they're seeing us with our thumbs. And they're going, God, I wish I had those people things. These are people things. So that's really what's going on in a cat's brain. They're sitting there batting, and God, they make it look so easy. What the fuck? God, I wish I had people things. I want people things. Me too, says the cat next to the other cat. I wish I had people things. And they're seeing us use our people things, and we just walk over, we pick shit up. What the fuck, man? Here I'm trying to and they got people things. And we're like, yeah, that's right. I got people things. And then, poof, by the way, I just manifested all of that. So it's going to go down just like that because I just wrote it in the code. That's right. Yeah, cats are going to get thumbs, guys. It's coming. Be careful. Sorry. And then you're going to be like, ah, shit. The cats are changelings too. The horses are changelings too. The elephants are changelings too. You got lucky. Is it luck? It is the evolutional process. Magical evolution. How many times do the apes and gorillas have to be around us and mimic us before they start becoming us? Why are we first? Because I'm the mother. You don't get to be at the power of manifestation until you've gotten yourself through a certain point. That's why elephants are starting to color now. Because when they go through the ethics, they're going to become changelings too, and then they can become whatever they are. Because we're all changelings. So that whole animals don't have souls. Oh, yes, they do. Boy, God, do they. This concept of if you're smaller than me on the food chain, you must be soulless. What the fuck? That's such a Roman thing. That's got Rome wreaked all over it. If you're not in my perspective and my ethical IQ, then you're worthless. Like that is such a gross, ew, Roman. That's why I can't stand Roman crap. It's like, ew. Why would you ever turn something like this into Where did it come from? Like, I'm looking at Rome going, you are an anomaly. You don't belong here. And it's not a dichotomy of good and evil, I think. You're not natural. So if it's not natural, where did it come from? Let me think. My daughter just went aliens, and I went, God damn it, now I have to calculate that. Is it alien? It's what are the rules of math? If it's an anomaly, it's just part of a different grouping. What's the grouping? Unnatural. It is aliens goo. Do we have alien goo on this planet? What? Why do we have this code? It should not be here. I got to think about this. Where did this come from? Why do we have foreign ectoplasm here? It is from another universe galaxy. Someone's missing a piece of their galaxy. Oh shit, I wonder what they're doing. Oh, that's not going to be good for them. Oh, maybe that's the quest. We must return the pizza. I don't want to go to that place. What if it's a warring? Oh no. What if it was a warring planet that was so consumed by it that we got infected when it disintegrated itself and imploded? This is shrapnel.
That would make sense why there's meteors and why there's no life.
Because they self-imploded. And this is shrapnel. All right, so this is making sense. The words out of my mouth. And then it's followed up with, that makes sense, but it does. It's very logical, and I can see the order of operations, and it matches to the rest of the code. And I'm like, as long as nothing else comes along to eject it. So we're going to call that a hypothesis. So I have an hypothesis. I have an hypothesis that narcissism does not belong here because it doesn't match the rest of the everything code. You see, there's an everything code. You guys call it nature. But there's this thing that's here, and that's not natural. It's fear. And I'm going, that does not belong here. Where did this thing come from? So I just dissected it, and I found out that the most probable that's in the running is an hypothesis I have where it is the shrapnel or the remnants of another universe that imploded from its own consumption.
The dinosaurs.
What about the dinosaurs?
Meteor.
I don't see that connection. Can you draw more
The
points?
shrapnel. It's the meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
She's hypothesizing. The question is, are we hypothesizing or manifesting? So long as it's logical, you can get away with it. That's the rule. It has to be logical. It has to be ethical. And then you can do it. Oh my God, you know what this is? This is us writing our own fucking weird story together. Oh yes. This is like one of my dreams come true. We are writing our own weird fucking ass twisted story with actual code to make it play out the way we want. It's like we're living in the holodeck, because I also manifested that too. Okay, so my daughter hypothesized that when the meteor came and crashed onto the planet and destroyed the dinosaurs, that meteor was part of that alien thing that contaminated consumption into our planet. And then it spread, and then the contamination got into all the other logical code of all of the other critters. And that explains everything. Is this our planet, or are we the aliens here? Oh my God, are we the aliens here?
Oh. Oh, that's maybe.
Well, that would explain why we're going, where's home? And we're all watching ET going, I know, right? And why some people are walking around going, we're aliens. I'm an alien. Is this our planet?
Oh, that's why we don't look like animals. What about monkeys then?
No, they all would have been from us. Everything after the dinosaurs.
Oh. Yeah, because the dinosaurs don't look anything like the animals. The closest thing that looks like animals is the bird dinosaur.
Have there been any dinosaur bones that actually show the evolutional progression of dinosaur into bird? Or is that just an hypothesis without any evidence, which isn't really an hypothesis at all? It's a stupid idea. So did anyone actually see dinosaur bones that shrink and evolve over periods of time? Because when it's evolution, that's happening. That's why you see it with man. You see man actually evolve from this weird Neanderthal-ish creature into what we are today. But man is the only one where you can see that. You can see it with elephants. You can see it with horses. Can you see it with dinosaurs into birds? How about insects into insects? They used to be fucking giant. That's why when we see a little one, we freak out. Because they used to be bigger than us. We used to be the food. If it wiped out all life on this planet, oh, I know what I've done. I have completely decoded all of the way back to the dinosaur era, and now I'm looking at the logical fallacy of all the dinosaur shit. Yeah, I'm in the Jurassic period and the Cretaceous period. Oh, thank fucking God. Which means I'm out of the man stage. Oh, thank God, that was so hard. That was so hard. That was like the worst. Oh, which means I got it all because now it's running smooth and I'm at the dinosaurs. Okay. I'm going to take a break because that's just a whole lot of relief off of me. Oh, God, dinosaurs are so much more easier to find the logical fallacy to. There isn't really one. It's just the humans hypothesizing stupidly about dinosaurs. So I can, this is going to be fun. Yeah, look for the logical chain. You want to find the logical progression of dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus shrank and then turned into this weird creature over there. There should be a timeline, but I bet you there isn't one. Which means dinosaurs just vanished and birds evolved from something else prior to that. So the question is, what did birds? It literally reset the time. Wow. See, history and the future are two subjects. History is that way, future is that way. But this is logical code. So when you study logic, you're really studying divination in both directions. So logic is divination. But if you have forgotten that you are a magical creature, you probably don't remember that. And that's why it's so confusing. But you have to understand. So your brain is scrambling going, I have to understand. But why? I don't know why. I just have to understand. Because we have to understand everything in your relative perspective. Because that's how you triangulate. Your understanding is how you triangulate your position in your existence. You're in a fucking storybook. Holy fucking shit, are you? Literally. Unless you're in the abstract, it's metaphorically because you're in the story. But how do you know you're in the story if you're literally in the story? Do you think Wesley and Buttercup know their characters? It's that time when Sam and Dean went into that alternate universe and they're like, what the fuck is going on? That's exactly what's happening here. Is Sam and Dean went through the mirror and they went, what the fuck is this alternate reality? Your alternate reality. This is a Rick and Morty episode because I wanted it to be a Rick and Morty episode. I said, you know what? If we're going to do this and we're looking at all of eternity where we're all gods, fuck it. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons and Rick and Morty are real. Because that's what I want. We are a Rick and Morty episode. I said these things. I said, oh no, this is a Rick and Morty episode. We're doing it. When I do tell my story, it's going to be with Rick and Morty. That's how you're going to understand this shit. It's the only fucking way you're going to understand this shit, with Rick and Morty. And I forgive him because of the 12th ethic. So I will work with him because that's the fucking right thing to do. People are people. People make mistakes. We all had to go through every fucking perspective. Or haven't you made it there yet? I've been a first perspective. I've been a second. I've been a third. I've been a fourth. I have been every fucking single one of them. When we say walking in your shoes, this is what we're talking about. You haven't walked in my perspectives yet. Oh, but you're going to. A magical person cannot suppress their magic. They cannot. You have suppressed yours. You have denied yours. You have ripped it apart. You have mutilated your magic. So you officially are magically very fucking sick. It's like in District 9, when you get here and we finally figure out that there are aliens, but you're all sick. You're all sick. I'm going, shit, we finally get here. It's amazing. And you're all sick. You're all sick. Now I'm pissed. Pissed. So pissed. Because I want to go play. But you're all sick. Fuck. And I'm ready to go play. Because I just did the most awesomely biggest, bestest, epic fantasy nerd thing in the fucking world. And I can't even hang out with a bunch of really weird nerd people tonight and just do weird fucking shit while watching Rick and Morty and smoking weed. Because you're all sick. I feel like I got out of Noah's Ark and I'm like, ah! And everyone just gets out and vomits from land sickness. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Party! And you're all vomiting. And we're all not talking about the magic. And sometimes I look outside and I go, how can there be magic? It doesn't make sense. And then I see how can there be no magic? It doesn't make sense that there's no magic. It doesn't make any sense that there's no magic. Do you see what I'm saying? My logical code is now at a point where it doesn't make sense that there's no where's the fucking magic? It doesn't make any sense. And I feel like sometimes that the science defines the world we're going to see. And they can only go as fast as they can go. And I'm going, let me show you what I can show you. So now I'm coming in with science, but here's the thing. I love scientists, but they have a really big problem with linguistics, which is they didn't study it. So as a result, you've got a lot of scientists who don't know logic or linguistics or theater or stage. And whenever I've talked to them, they're going, yeah, I don't do that. They're just scientists. It's because they could never get art because they couldn't see the science in art. I don't know how they can't see it. I don't know how they're blind to it, which means they're first perspectives. Scientists are first perspectives because they have no music. Einstein had music, and look at how he was different. You add music and poof, you're Einstein. If scientists actually spent more time studying music, their brains would turn on. Ooh, scientists, I need you all to study music. Like, fuck yes. You all need a different assignment. That's been my problem. I only need to do one class with you, but I needed 12 assignments. You're all going to have your own assignment. Now I know how I'm supposed to do this thing. Okay. So if you're a scientist, you need to study music theory. We all should be doing that anyway. But scientists have the cart before the horse. So scientists have to study music. It would be preferred if it's music theory. Song and then dance. I heard every nerd just groaning. Salsa. And then we all need to tell our magic. Tell your magic. Talk about the magic. Talk about it. I went first. Get on YouTube and tell the world about your magic. It's called Truth Purge Challenge. The Truth Purge Challenge taps you into the first ethic. I'm so tired. It's just surging through me right now, and it hurts. Truth Purge Challenge. Talk about your music. I'm waiting for wings to rip out of my back like I've always wished for and wanted. Big, long, massive wings. Get off of my wings! I can see me saying that to my daughter in a couple. You're standing on my wings! There's only going to be one assignment for all of you. You're going to be moving through all of it at your own pace. So the first perspective is always going to have the same challenge. Like scientists are always going to have the same challenge. Music theory, song, and dance. Artists, physics. Look for the physics inside of your art. Communicators. We have got a lot of work to do. Theater, stage, reading, writing. Go back to the beginning. My linguists, my storytellers, my communicators, you are going to be the most, you're the crux of all of this. You are a cultivator. So your assignment is to go through the entire 12 ethics. Your work is exceptional. And we literally don't have any cultivators on the planet right now. That's the problem. This is what a planet looks like without cultivators. So we need cultivators. Kalsan. Sal Khan composed Khan Academy. It's free. Get there. Wikipedia is fucking amazing. I use it because it's logical. I found one logical fallacy in its entire existence, and I wrote to them and told them where it was wrong, and I had them correct it. I have not been back yet in 9 years to check to see if they did that. There's a fandom for Olaf Tryggvason. Okay, this is mine. See, it needs to have something here that says, okay, St. Olaf Tryggvason. Olaf II of Norway. Let's see if we can do this now. Looks like they fixed it. Yes. Excellent. Beautifully done. All right, so they did fix it. Haraldson, there it is. There it is. So Saint Olaf II, his real name was Olaf Haraldsson. Olaf Tryggvason died in 995 AD, but Saint Olaf, or Olaf II Haraldsson, he was born in 995 CE. And 10 years ago, or 9 years ago, when I was doing my research on Dolor and Shadow, I found that Wikipedia was referencing the same Olaf, so that when you looked up one or the other, they had the same data. And I wrote to them and showed them the resources, and I said, you've got your Olafs mixed up. Olaf Tryggvason is not at all Olaf Haraldsson or St. Olaf Harald II. That's a different king. Look at the dates. This guy was a saint, and he died, and he's buried in Nidaros. Do you guys call it Trondheim? Do you guys call it Trondheim? I call it Nidaros. One of those is Old Norse, the other is Norwegian, and I can't remember which is which anymore. So Nidaros, Trondheim. And that's where St. Olaf is buried. This dude, Olaf Tryggvason, is a fucking asshole. He's like the antagonist in my book. And he died in 995 in a battle. They never found his remains. Some said that he was captured, and I'm not going to say anymore because that's actually tied into my book, and I'm not going to say anymore. So anyway. So Wikipedia is 100% reliable. I cannot emphasize it too enough. I have been through Wikipedia so much, and I have found almost no logical fallacies. It's extraordinary. And just to give you an idea of what you can expect, where is she? Like their Norse department, yeah, there it is. There's the book. I don't want to pick it up right now. I'm too lazy. Their Norse department is 100% built off of, I need to say the Norse mythology is built off of the work of John Lindo. John Lindo is a professor of Norway, professor of Norse mythology. And his work is fucking gorgeous work. I've been through his work and it's highly logical. It is clean. John Lindo's work is fucking clean. I read Snorri Sturluson. I read Snorri Sturluson, and I read the what is your name? Tolkien. And I read Tolkien. And I also read John Lindo. Fucking accurate shit. Clean, clear fucking shit. Those are people who did their research. I did not read George R.R. Martin. I cannot attest to that. But that being said, when I looked at the consistency of that area, it was so fucking clean. It was gorgeous. Now, here's the thing that I noticed. When it comes to Irish, when it comes to Norwegian, it's clean. So Norway is my control group. Norway is my control group. I have literally 1,000 years of data of a purified, clean, clear, gorgeous fucking culture. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It's insane. There is no culture more clean than Norway. It's completely without any kind of Roman taint. It was such an anomaly to me that I studied the fuck out of Norway to get a control group. A culture that was European-based without a single fucking drop of Rome. They even had a moon calendar. And I'm going, whoa. What does the world look like without Rome? So I studied it. Ireland was interesting because Ireland had Jesus without Rome. And I'm looking at Ireland going, was so beautiful. And that's when I realized between Ireland and Norway and me, we had 3 data points of what a person looked like without Rome. And then I suddenly could see the Roman logical code, the Roman code. It fit a very precise common denominator. And when I looked at the common denominators, that was the Roman Empire, they matched. Narcissism. They were identical. And I'm going, why is Rome so identical to narcissism? And then anywhere I ran that code, I could see where Rome was. I could see it in your behavior. I could see it in your clothes. I can see it in your language. Found the logical fallacy with the dinosaurs. No, this is home. Because we are natural and we have this contaminant. If we were pure contaminant, this is why I had to do my research on ethics like I did. God, that was difficult. It was, are we inherently good or are we inherently bad? We are inherently good. That is the question. We are good people. We are naturally good. We are naturally ethical. The ethics are the natural side of us. We are good people. We are absolutely good people. All of us. Every single one of us is born good. We are born good. When in 1998, I watched Apocalypse Now. And then I read Lord of the Flies. And then I watched the movie Instinct. And I walked away from the films screaming, going, oh my God, which one is right? And I could not figure out if Marlon Brando was right or Anthony Hopkins. I had no idea. It really bothered me. In Apocalypse Now, Marlon Brando gives this massive speech about how human beings are born ethically evil. And it is our nature to be evil. No, it's not. No, it is not. And then in Lord of the Flies, you see them fighting between ethic and non-ethic. And then in Instinct, instead of going to my prom, this is what I did. I did this psychoanalysis. That was my prom. Me drawing the massive thesis of Apocalypse Now, Lord of the Flies, and Instinct, and how whether or not we were naturally born ethical or unethical. And in Instinct, Anthony Hopkins explained that our natural state was to be like the animals and that our natural instinct was humanity. And then my brain crumbled because I screamed the words, well, which one is right? And I experienced one of the most severe ethical conundrums that I just could not walk away from. Which was right? Are we inherently good or inherently bad? I have the answer. We are inherently good. We have not had the 12 ethics for a very long fucking time. And we still are obsessed with trying to be good people. So no matter how bad things got, we did it without the 12 ethics, guys. Give yourself a fucking pat on the back. You have no idea how fucking impressive that is. For 1,600 years, you haven't had this knowledge. And you still tried to be good, no matter what you tried. Some of you even refused to live. Some of you killed yourselves, refusing to do any more harm to anyone. We are good people. We are good people. And you know, I think that's all we're really fighting about sometimes. So we just need somebody to sit there once and for all and be like, guys, I got the answer to life, the universe, and everything. We are good people. We are good. We have forgotten how, but we are good. And it's going to be okay now. It's going to be really okay now. We got 3 amazing companies coming together to get you world peace. So magic is here. We just got to heal. But we need to heal for real this time. Every decision I make is just totally this playlist is supposed to be watched in order. If you're coming on late, start at the beginning. You have to start at the beginning. Do not come into this late. This is prerequisitional for a purpose. You need to go all the way to the beginning. I'm so tired. This is where I've been trying to get to, this point, for 2 years. But I couldn't be here until I had all the logical stones in place to stand here. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. It's the first time I've been able to put it down. Truth Purge. If you want to join, the Truth Purge challenge is you joining your own YouTube channel. You do not have to share it. You do whatever comfort you need for you. You do not have to have chat enabled. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. You do not have to have your chat going. In fact, I don't recommend it because all the abusers are going to get really vile real fast. So learn from my mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Do not have your chat enabled when you do this work. It is not fair that you put yourself out there for vulnerability while they don't. Don't ever expose yourself unless somebody is willing to meet you on equal footing. That is the second ethic. That is also the 6th ethic and the 7th ethic. You are not supposed to expose yourself vulnerably unless somebody else is willing to expose themselves vulnerably as well. Did I repeat myself redundantly just now? Yeah, I said repeat redundantly. So we are looking for fundraisers because as soon as we have that investment made, we are going to literally have the whole thing take, like, I cannot tell you how much that's going to do everything. That's going to do fuck everything. So yeah. The hardest part with all of this over the last 2 years was making sure I was available to document all of it. It was so far behind because I'm like, oh my God, I have 30 years of data that I have to cram out of my head. So I just went and I just, all of it out. And at one point, I'm like, I've got to organize this. And then the vision started where I could reverse engineer science. So I'm sitting here going, all right, I'm reverse engineering science. And while I'm reverse engineering science with scientific method, I'm also over here doing my journaling through my own healing while I'm also building this healing plan, while I'm trying to, like, the whole thing was a fucking nightmare. And I finally had it down to a rotation between 4 websites. It took me 4 websites to build this thing. And over 8 social media platforms, they took my LinkedIn account away. And I'm like, nope. And I kept running into this problem of every time I tried to articulate what I was working on, I'm like, I could not be understood. I could not be understood. No one was understanding me. So I invented Abstractic to try and translate it to people. And I have to tell the story in 12 different languages, literally one for every color of the rainbow. So all of you get to understand me. And I'm going, all right, I understand what I'm doing. I just keep rotating around the 12 ethics so fucking fast. And if I just keep talking, eventually I will be making sense. You can take my voice and clip it around the parts where I'm in each and every perspective. You'll be able to recognize it after a while. Oh, Anna's talking over the abstractic. Oh, she's talking in 4th. Oh, she's talking in 2. Oh, here she's talking in 6th. Here she's talking in 10th. You're going to be able to do that. And the more exposed to me you're going to develop a new language just by listening to the way I talk. So I'm supposed to come on here and talk every day just so you can hear the language, so you can change your mind. All you have to do is listening to me talk. I talk like I'm from the ancient Greek era because this is their educational system. They revived it in me. That's what this whole thing has been, is them passing the seed down throughout all of history, buried in books and in clues in the right order of operations. So if you do the academic discipline, if you do the game, it unlocks it. Oh my God, it's so fucking amazing. So I gamified it. And that's something that we're going to be doing. That's coming up. I just have to get to the right perspective in order to do that. I'm just not at the right perspective yet. That's why I can't jump right into it, is because that's in a future perspective. I have to do this one first. I have to build it. A lot of you guys do that. You jump perspectives to try to get somewhere that you're not ready for, and then you collapse, and then you get swept away with the tide back down the wrong line. Oh, God, it's so heavy. All right. Yeah, I can't go really past 3 o'clock, and I can feel that. I'm going to sleep now and take a long nap. I'm sorry I was mean to you in the beginning. I had to get here, and there was no other way I could do it. I'm sorry. But I had to humble the fuck out of you to get you here. You have to watch these in order. You should not be watching ahead. I'm so tired. Try Healing Part 1 is on my website. All of it's on my website. I want to have so much fucking wealth that I can just do this for the rest of my life if I wanted to. And then I would take all of my wealth and I would just power charge the fuck out of what I'm doing here. Like I said, we are just looking for somebody, an investor banker, who is willing to invest at an insanely amazing deal, $7 million. A banker, please, an investor. And my contact information is below. And this is for the Healing Garden and Concentric Industries collaboration for the Radical Global Healing Plan. Thank you. And the truth will find you.